So we have Texas King in studio, 7:30 tonight, playing The Exchange. Well, they're actually going to have a few guests hitting the stage before them. The Deaf Idols, Jackson Jokers, Jordan, Melvin, Phil. Thanks so much for popping in.
Hey, great to see you, Tegan. Thanks for having us in.
So you were just in Montreal on tour, so that was a pretty quick turnaround. But I understand you guys are no strangers to a hectic touring schedule. Name drop for me. Who else have you been on the road with before?
The most recent bigger tour we did was with Big Rec. We love those guys. And, we've been out with the Royal Tusk Boys from Edmonton, like we were just talking about on the ride over here. A couple others.
I've done a few one-offs and little runs with like Glorious Sons and lots of festival dates.
Sheepdogs.
Yeah, Sheepdogs. And yeah.
So Whatever You Break, that's the song that we're spinning on the Wolf right now, guys. And it's a great tune. It fits in nicely on this station. Tell me, how did this single come together for you guys? What was the writing process like?
Well, yeah, thanks first of all for playing it. We really appreciate that. And this is a song I wrote. The writing process was sitting on the edge of my bed with an acoustic guitar and started with the chord progression. And it's a song that's all about, trimming the fat in your life, kind of like not going down with the ship, like jumping off before the ship goes down. Kind of thing.
The working title actually for a while was called Rochester because I think before Jordan sat down with it and wrote the lyrics, it actually stemmed from a voice note in a sound check that we had in Rochester, New York.
Yeah, and you guys want to know what the first lyrics were? It was like black beans and peppers, little Parmesan cheese on top. Like that's how the verse started.
Like we were going to be going for lunch after sound check and this riff happened and he started singing that melody and the like nonsense lyrics about food over it. And we had a little voice note of it, forgot all about it, and then months later discovered it. So then Jordan took it home and rewrote it for real.
Took it to the Pillowcase studio.
Hey, whatever your process is, man, it's working, right?
Oh, thank you.
I am a little bit of a nerd when it comes to this stuff, though. Texas King, you're not from America, so how did that name come to be?
It was supposed to be a clever play on words. I mean, so I was adopted. Before I was adopted, my name was Austin James. So then I did this thing where it was like Austin, Texas, King James. Then if you take down the outer two pillars and just in the middle is Texas King. It was just me at the time, so I was thinking like solo project. What can I name the project? And then when I met the guys, we started jamming, and I was like, should we change the band name? And we just never really got around to it or like could come up with something better. It's kind of like that thing with band names, It's like they're all bad until they stick.
And then you can't change it. You're forced to keep it because you've grown a fan base, right?
Yeah. So it's just, that's just the name it is. But that's what it came from, the name.
Well, that's really interesting. I also was creeping.
You
April
nerd?
28th. Well, I am a nerd. I'll admit that. A music nerd. Let's be real here. Numbers not my thing. April 28th is going to be a big day for you guys, dropping another single.
Yes.
Anything you can tell us about that yet?
Sure. We can tell you the name of it. It's called Home. And I mean, it comes out April 28th. It's a song kind of about, you're out on the road a lot or wherever you are. And when it gets too much, you just want to get back home. That feeling of homesickness and get me back home.
You guys are pretty early in the tour. Are you feeling that homesickness yet?
Not yet. Not yet.
Give it a couple weeks.
I don't want to get back in the truck, but that's just because we drove from Montreal. Like I'm glad to be out of the vehicle for now, but ready to go to Edmonton tomorrow.
It's a bit of a different tour for us this time. We're driving in a pickup truck. Right?
Yeah.
We had some stuff go down with the van, and so pickup truck. It's like every seat is filled. It's just a cab. So
yeah, we're used to having like benches to stretch our legs out. Yeah.
So you guys are really getting to know each other if you didn't know each other already.
Yeah.
Last couple of weeks, van has been a dirty word in our camp because everyone's cursing it out right now.
So Edmonton tomorrow, granted after last night, I'm sure people in Edmonton need something to cheer about. Any Stanley Cup playoff predictions? Who's going to take it? Are we hockey fans at all?
We're Leafs fans.
Oh.
So we don't typically talk about hockey out here in the West Coast because everyone likes a team that we don't like.
Yeah, it's probably for the best. It would be wise to maybe not give a solid answer on this one. What can we expect from the show tonight?
High energy. We're rested. We're well rested. We've been sleeping in the truck, whether it's small or not. So it's going to be a good rip. And What else can be expected? Some jumping around, some high kicks,
Yeah.
a few hey babies,
Yeah.
probably some swearing. We won't do it here on the air, but
If you're
We
if you're
appreciate
willing to sing along, we have lots of crowd participation, but
lots of
that's up to
clapping.
That's up to you if you come to the show. Yeah.
Well, we already know one of the songs. Whatever you break, are you going to play another one for us that we haven't heard yet? Maybe on the Wolf. Give us a little acoustic love.
Yeah, sure. Why don't I play the new one, Home, that's coming out?
I would love that for the first time ever on the
Give a
Wolf.
little debut.
Hell yeah.